It's Thursday, and that means you have a new edition of your local paper. Nikki Wesley is in here today to let you know what to look for.
Absolutely. So today in your Oakville Beaver, there's a really nice little photo spread about Pilgrimwood Public School students. Now, they partnered with the Halton Environmental Network, and they went around their school to pull invasive species so that the actual plants that are supposed to be there can thrive.
Right.
And it was great to see. I did get to cover that one, and it was great to see the enthusiasm that these students had. And it became a competition, like how big can the pile become? And
Nice.
it was really quite sweet. So
Good. So they got quite a lot.
they did. They had mounds and mounds hauled out on tarps, and they did a really good thing and got out and enjoyed nature.
Awesome. What about in
Yeah.
Oakville?
So that was in Oakville, but additionally in Oakville, John Bakila wrote a story about Oakville MP John Oliver getting a motion passed about net neutrality. And I'm not going to go deep into it, but his story net neutrality is referring to all web traffic not being sort of cordoned by internet service providers. So everything on the internet having an equal sort of foothold. And people being able to search everything as opposed to just, a particular thing that would be determined by your internet service provider.
Right.
So just sort of leveling the playing field. But John Bakila covers that in the Oakville Beaver today.
Great. Okay. And then what else do we have?
So also in the Milton Canadian Champion, Steve LeBlanc wrote a really lovely story, a memorial story about Zach Plater, who was one of the two young men who died in the May 4 windstorm. He was killed by a falling tree.
Such a tragedy.
Yeah, he was working for Miller Tree at the time. He was a former Milton District High School student, and he was at the University of Guelph and was studying, hopefully, to become a vet one day. So there's a really touching story about the memorial there, and some really sad.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And then we also have the election coming up.
Of course. So we have the election coming up. We did have the online conversation with Burlington candidates last week. That's still up on Inside Halton. Also in print editions and on Inside Halton, there are Q&As with all of the candidates, including the new Oakville North Burlington riding. So for if you're Oakville, Milton, or Burlington, or in that new riding, all of that information can be found in our papers as well as online. There are longer stories on InsideHalton.com.
Great, that's so helpful. Okay, we have your information up on the screen, so InsideHalton.com, or you can find them on Facebook and Instagram. Thanks for being here.
Thanks so much.